All right, so we were talking in Discord today about turning this SVG into a 3D printable object. They used Fusion, or we're going to use Fusion 360 instead of Tinkercad. In Tinkercad, we would use Inkscape to export each color out individually and assemble them. In Fusion, we're just going to import this SVG into it and extrude that. So let's do that. Need to apologize. The sound quality on my mic is not great, so you're going to have to crank up the volume a little bit on this. So let's go into Fusion here, and we just have a new window here. So the first thing we are going to do, let's not save this. Let's do a new one. So we're going to insert an SVG. We'll grab the folder. So we'll pick the plane we want to put it on. Then down here we can see our SVG. We'll just grab that tab there and scale it a little bit. Just drag it towards the center here. Let's make it just a little bigger. All right, we'll just click OK. So now we have our sketch. As you can see, as we hover over these sections, they light up or get highlighted. So we're going to finish the sketch. So if we look at our picture here, we got green, blue, black, white, and gray or silver. So we'll move this over to the other screen so I can see it as reference. So let's pick the black. It'll be our first extrude. We'll hold the shift key and pick this here. And that looks like all the black. So we can either hit E on our keyboard, or we can go to, actually I'm not sure where it's at. Create and extrude right here, or you can hit your S key anytime and just type, and it'll pull it up. And we want this one here to extrude. So right here, it'll show our distance. Over here on the right, we'll have what we can do or more options. Okay, so we'll just pick a distance here. We'll make it 2 millimeters. Right here, we want to make sure we have a new body, and we'll hit OK. And then you can see it's all gray and it's extruded. If you come over here to bodies, there's our bodies that we selected. So this is our black, so I'm just going to rename them black. That way when we export it, we'll know how to assign the colors when we go into Bambu Studio or Orca. So we'll do the green next, which is his shirt. So as before, we'll hit extrude. Oh, I gotta turn my sketches back on. We'll turn the bodies off, and now we'll start highlighting the shirt. We'll need to hold shift as we pick all the shirt pieces that are green. Looks like this collar. That one, this one, that piece, And if we don't get them all, we can always come back in and add them to the timeline later. So that looks like all the green. Again, 2 millimeters. That time we didn't see it because we have our bodies hidden. If we turn off our black, we can see we extruded our green. So here we will change these to green. And I am just going to copy and paste. I have not found an easier way to do this from everything I've read. There is no easier way to do this, but if somebody knows, please let me know, because that would be super helpful. Alright, so now that we got those off, go back to our sketch. And now let's do our blue for our pants and our suspenders here. So we will hold shift. We will pick our blue sections. This part and this part. Oh, and he has some blue up in his hat here. Okay. And that should be all of them. Again, extrude or create extrude, whatever you want to do. There's a tab right here. You can always grab and pull them too if you don't know how far, but we're doing 2 millimeters. Again, we want to make sure it's a new body, not a join. And we'll highlight those. And then we have turn our green off. And then there was our blue. I will go rename these here real quick and come back when I'm done. Alright, so we're back. I went through, I did all the colors and everything. But you can see here, here's all the bodies in gray. And I missed this section and this section. These are green. So we can go back in the history down here. This is where we extruded our green. If we double click here, we'll go back into our edit feature where we selected. We'll hold the shift key down and we will pick the ones that we had missed. So it was this collar here and this little piece here. And we know it's already 2 millimeters. And now you can see that they're all highlighted. We'll turn our sketch off. Oh, there's another little piece right there, and that is a blue piece. So we'll turn our sketch back on. We'll come back in. We'll double click there. We will turn our bodies off so we can see it. Shift key, select that, 2 millimeters. Okay. There we go. We'll turn that off, turn our bodies back on. And then now you see we have everything selected. So now we can save this just as an admin product. So we have it. So we'll come up here to File. We're going to export. We don't want a Fusion file. We want a 3MF file. And he imports complete. So now we can open up. We'll open up a new Bambu Studio here. Like I said, you can use Orca as well. Once this is loaded, I'll bring it in. Okay, so here we have our Bambu Studio. Now we will just go and get our 3MF file that we created. I'm just going to drag this in. We know that it's data only, and we're a little big here, so we'll scale it down, but we want to keep our 2mm height. So we'll scale it down, make it fit the build plate, turn that off, take it back to 2mm. So as you can see, we have all the colors that we had before. So we had black, white, blue, green, and we need to add one more. We had a gray. So we'll come in here. Oh, I forgot to change these to green, but we know they're green. So you can either right click and change filament down here to green, or if you click here and just hit number 4 on your keyboard, it'll change that too. So we'll go through and change all these. Oop, that was a blue, so blue. This one's gray, green. So I'm just hitting the down arrow and hitting the number key. These are all white, and hopefully I named them all correctly, so it will make it easier to click them. All right, black, blue, blue, blue. All right, so there's our image now. We can just slice it. And as you can see, it's a few layers thick, and you can go ahead and print that. If you got any questions, just ask. Thanks.